Hello, everyone. This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and this is Maverick Mondays. How are you all doing? And we've got so much for you. Here is the opportunity, and here is the chance. What we are talking about is how to create more. How do you create more sales? How do you create everything that you want in your business and your life? Well, I'm the Maverick Millionaire because I help people create income, create money, double their income by doing it different, approaching it different, creating a different existence. And we talk about really what it takes to make that difference in your life at all levels. I come at business and sales from a personal development side as well as from over 30 years, almost 35 years now in direct sales, really understanding how to sell, how to market, how to create a magnitude in your business from that commission sales or straight sales, direct sales point of view, which is really the heart of it. I've never seen, hey guys, welcome aboard. I've never seen a business really create abundance. I've never seen a business create success without really understanding the sales component, understanding what it takes to move product from point A to point B. And the challenge is that most people get in the business not from a sales point of view. They get in the business because they know a technique, they know a service, they know about a product and particular components of the product, and then they learn sales to move forward. I have tended in my whole career to understand the sales and marketing component and then apply it in multiple and now dozens of different industries. So we absolutely are going to be talking about that. And what does it really take? What does it take to create sales? Hey, Terry, I will be seeing you soon. We got to talk. So what does it take to create sales? And the reality is that I hear all the time. I was just doing training. I've been hanging out and wandering around. We've got messages popping up here. Been traveling around all around the country, and I've been in, let's see, I was in San Diego, and I was in Oakland, and now in about a week and a half, I'll be in LA, and we'll be hanging out. And my daughter is blowing up my phone here. So I've been traveling all over the place, and one of the key components I've been training on is how to market, how to sell, how to create more. And a couple things have come up. So people say, well, how do I create a team of people? So they want to create a team to be able to build their business and to market more. They want to attract more salespeople into their business. They want to have their salespeople be more effective. All these different components. And the first place that it starts, because all of this business boils down to persuasion, influence, negotiations, really understanding the engagement between two people and how to really move them effectively. That's negotiations. And all of this starts with one key component, and that is building a great vision. I want all of you to get that the attraction factor of your marketing and of your company, your product, your service, all has everything to do with the vision that you create, the vision of who you are, what your company is all about, the purpose that you drive for. What the culture is of your product, your service, your company. All of that exudes from the very core of who you are. And then it attracts people, or in some cases repels people away. Attracts people into believing the same thing, wanting the same thing, creating the same thing as you. And then they jump on your train, jump on your company, jump into your product or service to be a part of that vision, that purpose, that mission of life. That's so key. And it's one of the key components that people miss. They say, oh my gosh, I want to build my business. I want to build a team. I want to attract more people. How can I? What's going on? And these darn competitors, all they keep doing is like undercutting me and stealing my clients. Your vision. Get clear with who you are. Get clear with what you want to be. Then they'll follow, and they'll follow regardless of price. They'll follow regardless of whether you have the best product in town or just a good product. They'll follow whether you have the best service or you're just looking to get by with doing okay. They'll still follow you because they believe in you. They believe in what you're saying and in your future vision of where you're going. So for all of you, when we're talking about, oh my gosh, I need to have this great new funnel. I need to figure out the right copy. I need to figure out the right thing to say at the right time. I got to tell you, the key component for all of you, the key component that'll really make the difference in your business is just figure out who you are and what you want to represent. Everything else will follow from that point forward. Then, and I will talk to you a little bit about sales and a little bit about the rest of the story, only, so often I get into these conversations. Oh yeah, how do I handle this objection? How do I do this sale? How do I negotiate this product or service in this deal? And so much of it has come down to the relationships that you're building, the communication between two people on whether they're buying into who you are or not. Makes all the difference in the world. You've got to convince them, influence them, persuade them, demonstrate that you are the person that you want to be, and share that vision, share who that person is with the other. So key. I do some other tools for you. One of the things that I've created along the way, and vision is important, and then you get into the details. Once people are buying into who you are and what you're all about, now it's a matter of how dramatic you can move them. How dramatically you can move them from point A to point B. How fast you can move them down the road. See, it's one thing to get a train moving. It's another thing to then create a super speed with it. And one of the things that I've learned is influence and persuasion. Some people call it that. There are other components that get fine-tuned, and we call that negotiations. And so one of the things I want to share with you, there's something that I have called the Maverick 50. And Maverick 50, these are negotiation strategies I put together. And this book is available for you. All you have to do is go to Maverick 50, I believe it, www. Let's see if I can do this right here live for you. www.maverick50.com. And so that's there for you. You guys go ahead and go there. This is a download of this particular book, which is 50 strategies on how to negotiate. And really key, a lot of my mastermind students have this already, and they've been utilizing it. We go deep dive in our mastermind roundtables, and we go deep dive into going through this. Just spend some time out in Oakland with a great group of realtors out there, really talking about how to negotiate details on their deals, how to really negotiate the components. And so some of the things that will come up is, for instance, what do you say when people ask you a question? When you just get a phone call from a lead, from a prospect, and they're asking you a question. What to do once they're in there and you're talking about the competitors, and they say, well, this competitor has this great thing. I'm going to go over there and get his. And what to say when you're down to those wires? What to say in setting up the meeting in the first place? When you're just setting up the meeting to have a real serious conversation with someone, what are the things you want to say? How do you set up the meeting? How are you moving them along from the point when they just want to ask a question to actually sitting down with you and moving them through that process? All of this is in the Maverick 50 white paper that I wrote, and absolutely get it. One of the things that was particularly fascinating is that you absolutely, when people call up and ask questions, and here's one of the simple things, and over the top of all of this, people ask you a question. How do you answer it? Most people simply answer a question with a question. We were taught that in school. You know, teacher asks you a question. What do? You have to answer it. You do anything other than answer it, you're going to get slapped. No, that was old school. Okay, I'm flashbacks. You're absolutely, the teacher is going to reprimand you for not answering the question. For instance, they ask you, the answer to a mathematical formula. You're either going to say the question you're going to answer the question, or you're going to say, I don't know. What if you ask the teacher a counter question, a clarification question maybe? Most teachers get frazzled by this, get upset, and actually will reprimand you. So what do we learn? As we go through school, we've learned don't ask questions. Especially when people ask you a direct question, answer. Then we get into our own business. We get into sales. We get into influence and persuasion. And people call up and ask us questions from our marketing campaign. And if they're going to look at a house and you're a realtor, for instance, flashing back to what I just did a couple days ago. They're calling you up, you're a realtor, and they call you up for a house and they say, well, is the kitchen blue? Your automatic answer is going to be yes or no. That's traditionally how people answer a question like that. And no matter what the answer is that your client or your new prospect is looking for, they're either going to say yes or no is either going to be a right answer or, well, a wrong answer, an ineffective one. So suppose you say, well, to the question, is the kitchen blue? And you say yes. Imagine the person didn't want a blue kitchen. They'll automatically say, well, thank you very much. Click. The conversation's over. Now, if they wanted a blue kitchen, they may say, well, thank you very much. And they may hang up anyway, because they're just doing some quick research. Either way, you're not really moving the conversation along, are you? What could you say? And this is really key, and this is a core learning process for most of you. Every question that you ever get in the sales process, I want you to answer it with another question. That's right. Answer it with another question. So if someone says, hi, I saw your house, 123 Main Street, and was looking at it, and I just wanted to know, is the kitchen blue? Your answer is, are you interested in a blue kitchen? Or is a blue kitchen what you're looking for? Instantly, you're in an engagement with the other person. You're in a conversation with the other person. Now they have to continue the conversation and to get the information that they originally were looking for, they've got to answer you and continue a conversation with you rather than just getting a quick response from you and moving on. So every time someone asks, and it doesn't matter what they ask, what's the price tag of the house? What price tag were you looking for? How big is the house? What would be a perfect size for you? Does it have a big backyard? Were you looking for a big backyard? Do you have a couple children? Whatever the case may be, you can find questions to ask, no matter what question they ask you. And in doing so, you're able to build more of a rapport, actually create more of a connection with them, and move the conversation forward step by step. We started with this. How do you get more sales? One is build a great vision to attract more people to you. And two is really learn some of the techniques and strategies on how to negotiate and engage in conversation. Negotiate and engage in conversation. And one of the key strategies is answering a question with a question. I trust that you love this information and love this stuff. And That's what I am here for. And we're just sharing and talking and giving strategies. What I'd love to know is, well, one, whatever sales techniques, whatever processes you have, go ahead and comment below. Share with me some of your techniques. Share with me some of the things that your number one favorite technique of all time in sales. I would love to hear it. I've been studying sales and process now for, like I said, over almost 35 years now, actually a little bit longer than that. Embarrassed to say, over 35 years studying sales process, handling objections. Share with me your biggest, best objection or best sales process or sales technique that you've done over the years. What I'd also love for you to share with me is some of the biggest objections you've heard that you would like to figure out how to overcome. I promise you, I will respond. Go ahead and write down your biggest objections, those things that you say, this I'm getting all the time. How do I respond to it? How do I overcome this objection? I promise you there are techniques and strategies to handle every objection out there. There's only a couple that are really difficult to handle. One is, I have no more breath, meaning I am dead. It's not going to work. That's an objection you cannot overcome. The other objection is possibly, and I say just possibly, I have no money to buy your product, because there are so many ways to attract money in our country right now that we could absolutely utilize some techniques and strategies to overcome that one anyway. So either the prospect isn't interested in what you're buying, what you're selling, or they absolutely are a prospect for you and we can handle all the rest of the objections. That's really key. So what does all that mean for you? Absolutely. Go ahead and share your objection. I'm here to help you out and to help you answer that. In the meantime, we've got a ton that we can be doing for you. Go ahead and get the Maverick 50 and absolutely lean on this for your process. Two is, and one of the other lessons that I was teaching this group that I was just with in Oakland is handling and managing objections. One of the techniques that I learned decades ago that still is absolutely tried and true. All those objections, and we're going to accumulate a whole bunch right here. Go ahead and share them. And I'll be able to share with you some answers and we'll get some dialogue going. Only I want you to absolutely get, for your business, you don't know what objections are coming up. You want to be the collector of objections. Most of you know the objections that come up. What are the top 5, top 10, top 20 different objections that you get in your industry, that you get for your product, your service, that you get with your company? I want you to write down, not the answers, just write down the objections for now. Be the accumulator, the collector of your just top objections in your business. Then I want you to do a brainstorming exercise with your whole team. Get your company together, get your team together, and do a brainstorming exercise around all the different possible ways to answer each one of those objections. Take them one by one and brainstorm, how could you manage that objection when you get it? How could you respond as soon as you get that objection? And that becomes really profound, because once you have this list of objections, then you have the accumulation of how to respond to these objections. All you have to do is get practiced. That's right. Take some time, take some effort, practiced in how to respond utilizing what you now know are the greatest answers to those objections, and see what the response is. See how you do now that you have a tool to use, that you have something to lean on, you have something that you can really work with to create a magnitude of change. So collect your objections, then answer them, then practice the answers that you get, the answers that you decide, that you fine tune on. I promise you, the world will open up as to what is possible for you in your business in creating everything that you want. So absolutely create this, go forward and make this happen for yourself. We are here for you, and I just want to see what's going on here. You got to get it. It's awesome. Thank you so much, Keith. Ask them what they're looking for and then showing them how their product fits exactly with what you want. Absolutely. Guy, welcome aboard. Patty, absolutely. All my favorite peeps are here. Hey guys. Glad you're all here. Absolutely. I'm going to make this quick, going to make this easy. Absolutely. Put your comments below. What I want to hear is your biggest, toughest objections. Challenge me. I promise you there's answers out there. Get together with your team. Brainstorm on some of those answers for yourself. You will find a magnitude of power in doing this. This will really transform how you show up going forward. This was a great session. I just wanted to deliver some of that and get you your Maverick 50 in your hands. Thank you so much for showing up. This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. This is how we do it different every single week. Continue to show up, continue to participate, continue to be part of this community. I look forward to seeing you all real soon. Talk to you soon. Take care now.